Hi, I'm Catherine Hurst from Catherine Hurst Contemporary Crafts, and today I'm going to teach you some crochet techniques. Granny squares aren't just for grannies anymore. I'm going to show you how to make these really cute squares that you can use to create a blanket, a bag, or whatever you want to use them for. To make a granny square, you're going to begin by creating a chain circle into which you're going to put your individual stitches. So we're going to begin by making a slip knot. And then we're going to make 4 chains. If you don't know how to make chains, you can refer to the video that we have about making chains. We're then going to make a circle by inserting our hook into the first chain that we made, and you can insert it into the bump on the back. That makes a nice strong join. And then you're going to do a slip stitch. So you're yarning over the hook and pulling through the stitch and the loop on the hook without yarning over again. So we've made a circle. We're now going to chain 3, and that first chain 3 is going to count as our first treble crochet. And then we're going to make 2 treble crochets into the center of that loop. So let me pull back and show that again. So we yarn around the hook and we're inserting the hook into the middle of that circle, and then yarn over and pull back through the circle. So you've got 3 on the hook, and then finish your treble crochet like you normally do. Pull through 2 and then the other 2. Okay, and we're going to make another treble crochet. So we've now got 3 treble crochets, or rather our first chain 3 and 2 trebles, which is counting as 3. We're now going to make our first corner space, and we're going to do that by chaining 2. So we chain 2, and then we're going to make another 3 treble crochets into the center of that circle. We keep going into the same space. So 3 treble crochets. Okay, and then we need to make our next corner space. So we make 2 chains for the corner, and then 3 trebles. I realize I'm kind of a fast crocheter, so if you need to pause the video and make your treble crochets, and then you can restart it. And then our next chain 2 corner space, and then we want our last set of 3 trebles. We want 4 sets of 3 treble crochets total, separated by 2 chain spaces. Okay, last one. Okay, so we want to make our last chain 2 corner space here, and then we need to join in the top of our first chain 3. So if you count up from the bottom, 1 chain, 2 chains, there's the 3rd one, and you do want to insert your hook under both legs of the V of that stitch if you can get in there. There you go. And then you're going to make a slip stitch to join. So yarn around the hook and pull through that stitch and the loop that's on the hook. Okay, so we've now got a square with 4 corners, and that's what we want. Now's the time to change color. So we're going to cut the yarn that we have, and you have to finish off any piece of crochet, you have to yarn around the hook and pull that tail through to close it, and then we're going to pick up our new color. Okay. You're going to insert your hook in any one of the corner spaces that we've made, and then take your new yarn and pull that yarn through the corner space. Now for my first chain, I like to yarn over with both the tail and the active yarn just to anchor myself into position. And then after that, I can drop the tail and just carry on working with the active yarn. So I need to make 2 more chains for a total of 3 chains to begin. Now in our corner space, we need to make 2 sets of 3 trebles separated by a 2 chain space. So we're going to make 3 treble crochets, or rather our chain 3, which counted as our first treble, plus 2, and then 2 chains, and then 3 more treble crochets. That's what we put into all our corner spaces: 3 trebles, 2 chains, and 3 trebles. Okay, so that's what your corner should look like when you've finished with it. 2 sets of 3 treble crochets with a 2 chain space in between. Now we need to travel to our next corner space, and in order to do that, we're going to chain 1. So we just make 1 chain and move directly to the next corner space. We're going to ignore these stitches in between. So here we go into the next corner space, and we're going to make 3 treble crochets. And remember, you're inserting your hook directly into the big hole. You don't need to go into the chains. You're just going into the space formed by that 2 chain. Okay, so we're making 3 trebles, and then we're going to chain 2, and then 3 more trebles. Okay, so there's our second corner. We chain 1 to go to the next corner, and then we do it again, 3 trebles, always going into the big hole in the corner, continuing to go into the same space. Chain 2 to make our next corner, and then 3 more trebles. Chain 1, and we've got our last corner to do. So we're making 3 trebles, chaining 2, and then making our last set of 3 trebles. Okay, now we need to make 1 last chain 1, and then we're going to join in the top of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you want to stick your hook under both legs of the V there, so you get into it properly like that, and then yarn over and pull through the stitch and the loop on the hook. So that is the beginning of a granny square. You can see that. Now, as you carry on, you're always going to be putting 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles in the corner spaces. And then for side spaces, we've got 1 in this next round, and you'll have 2 and 3. You'll get 1 more side space in each round. You just put 1 set of 3 trebles in the side spaces. 2 sets with a chain 2 in between in the corner, and 1 set of 3 trebles in the side spaces. And that's how you make a granny square.